the rhetorical situation. So you can see a triangle. I'm going to put this in green. And at the center is rhetoric. So on your note guide, it says rhetoric is the art of what? And rhetoric is the art of persuasion. So anytime you're analyzing someone's rhetoric, you are analyzing how they're persuading you. What are they trying to get you to do? How are they trying to get you to do it? And persuasion and rhetoric is extremely important in a courtroom or in the justice system. It's all about persuading you to believe or not believe certain things. So rhetoric is the art of persuasion. And the rhetorical situation has 3 parts. So now I'm going to tell you the 3 corner aspects. So this first one is the audience. Next is the author. And then it's the text. And the text can be a speech. It can be a book. It can be an article. It can be anything. We're just going to call it a text for simplicity's sake. So those are the 3 pieces. So the author has to consider the audience. Like, what do they want? What do they like? What are they going to think? The audience, then that's how they influence the text, by thinking about the audience. The text influences the audience because, it's the thing trying to persuade them, and the audience considers the author. What's their angle? What's their point of view? So it's kind of, they all influence each other. They all need each other in order for persuasion to happen. To have good rhetoric, you need to consider all perspectives. So those are the corners of the rhetorical situation. Those are the people involved in rhetoric. But now I want you to think more about the rhetorical appeals. Oops, there goes my triangle. I'll just get rid of all of that. There we go. Okay, so I've got the triangle back. Boop, boop, boop. So how does an author use a text to persuade his audience? Well, there are 3 main things: ethos, pathos, and logos. These are all rhetorical appeals. So you're appealing to ethos, pathos, or logos. So you can see everything's kind of coming into play. We have the audience, author, text, and then ethos, pathos, and logos all coming together to create good rhetoric. You may have heard like, oh, I just hate the rhetoric of pro-choice when it comes to abortion. So they're talking about, I hate the way pro-choice tries to persuade you, or pro-life. Like, you don't like the rhetoric of something. You don't like the way they persuade you. You think it's dirty or skeezy or obnoxious, whatever. So that's like a way you might hear the word rhetoric used. Or if you've heard of a rhetorical question is when it's more for the purpose of making you think than actually looking for an answer. Ooh, that's a fun H. So all of these come into play with rhetoric. And now I want to break down, I think you guys are at least somewhat familiar, but for the next video, we're going to break down exactly what ethos, pathos, and logos are as part of the art of persuasion.